New court documents reveal the two surviving roommates frantically tried getting in contact with the victims around the time of the murder. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. We are also learning more about the 911 call. This information the state has fought to keep sealed since the very beginning, and Jordan Smith is in studio tonight to break it all down for us and show us what was said. Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, for the first time, we're seeing these texts between the two surviving roommates in that house on the night their four friends were stabbed to death near the University of Idaho. The timestamps on these phone calls and texts is helping build a clearer timeline of the events that happened that night in Moscow. And we know this at this point. 4:12 a.m., the affidavit of probable cause showed Xana Kernodle was on TikTok. By 4:17, a security camera less than 50 feet away from Xana's room picked up the sounds of a barking dog and distorted audio of voices or whimpering, followed by a loud thud. And it was shortly after that that one surviving roommate allegedly opened her door to see a masked man walk by her. So between 4:19 and 4:21, a surviving roommate tried to call Xana, Kaylee, and Madison. All of those calls went unanswered. The string of text messages released in these court documents are stamped at 4:22 a.m. and will refer to each roommate as roommate 1 and roommate 2 for clarity. And it starts with roommate 1 texting, "No one is answering. I'm really confused right now." Roommate 1 then texting Kaylee twice, saying, "Kaylee, what's going on?" The roommate number 2 texted back, saying Xana was wearing all black. Roommate 1 responding, saying, "I'm freaking out," then said, "No, it's like a ski mask almost." Roommate 1 appears to say he had something over his head and mouth. By 4:32, the first roommate texted Kaylee once again, saying, "Please answer." Now, fast forward to the next morning, the call to 911, which was made just before noon, more than 7 hours after the murders. 4 different people were on the phone with dispatch when that call was made, including what appeared to be a neighbor who lived next door. On your screen here is the beginning of that 911 phone call. You can see the woman who made that call saying, quote, "Something is happening. Something happened in our house. We don't know what." And the phone then gets passed to another woman who tells dispatch one of the roommates who's passed out and she was drunk last night and she's not waking up. The neighbor then saying, "Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night." The phone again gets passed along to another voice, and the dispatch asks, "Is she breathing?" A man this time answers, saying no. And of course, first responders were dispatched to that area. The state is trying to admit these text messages and that phone call to 911 to trial. Both of those surviving roommates are expected to testify as witnesses. A trial still slated to begin in August. In studio tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.